Will the Bills keep their hopes alive for a sixth straight AFC East title?
This is Locked On Bets, the daily betting show that means business from the Locked On Podcast Network. Hosted by Lee Sterling and Kevin Rogers, they're dropping fearless picks with an inside edge to put money in your pocket. If there's action, they've got the lock. This is where smart bets start. It's Locked On Bets.
Welcome to the Friday edition of Locked On Bets. Kevin Rogers and Lee Sterling of Paramount Sports with you. As always, we appreciate you making Locked On Bets your first listen of the day here on the Locked On Podcast Network, the #1 sports podcast network. And if you're checking us out for the first time today, we appreciate it. If it's the second time, you're thinking, why are we doing this again? Because we already had one show, and if you missed it, the LA Bowl we covered, also NBA, and also an NFL lock between the 49ers and Titans. So you want to check that out, go to our YouTube channel, Locked On Bets, you could find it. But also here, we have 3 more selections for you, and we begin, Lee, with a big one inside the AFC East, the Bills and the Patriots for our lock of the day.
Open it, open it, open it! Lee has the key to the lock of the day.
Just like everyone predicted, the New England Patriots would have the best record in the AFC, or tie for the best record going into Week 15, right? Now they got to take on the Bills coming up on Sunday in Foxborough, and Patriots already beat the Bills once this year. We'll see if Buffalo can get some revenge. So, Lee, what do you like in this big matchup between Drake May and the Patriots and Josh Allen and the Bills?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, if someone had the New England Patriots to be 11-2 at this point on their bingo card, I mean, I want them picking out my numbers for the next lottery this Saturday night. But we can still win going head-to-head for or against them. Now, I'm going to look at this game and I'm going to say, wow, New England playing better. Oh, I agree. Buffalo's up and down. But let's look at who New England has played. They have played teams like the New Orleans Saints, Tennessee Titans, Cleveland, Atlanta, the New York Giants, Cincinnati without Joe Burrow, and the only team that was 500 during that time that they played has been, over the last 9-10 games, the Tampa Bay Bucks, who are now 7-7, and I'm not impressed with them. It's a must-win game for the Bills. They want to have a chance to win the AFC East title. They'll be geared up. I know New England's coming off of a bye, but teams coming off of a bye last decade only hitting about 42% against the spread their next game here. So I just think that this Buffalo team has the 2 best players in the game, Josh Allen. They got Cook running and catching the ball out of the backfield, and experience has to count for something here. So the first game, Buffalo turned the ball over, had an interception and 2 fumbles. I don't see that happening again. Right out of the gate, I love the Buffalo Bills here. This is going to be a level 2 lock on Friday, heading into this big Sunday rematch in the AFC East.
And also, too, a couple notes from that first game. Number one, if you remember, the Bills barely beat the Saints and the Dolphins the 2 weeks before. It was 3 straight home games. They got New England on a Sunday night, and New England had blown out Carolina the week before, and you figured, okay, now things are going to get reset, and Buffalo's going to take care of business on Sunday night and play better, and the Patriots just played the game of the season before that. But New England hung in that game, but also, like you said, Bills had a couple turnovers in New England territory, and that game was still tied towards the end before the Patriots kicked the game-winning field goal. So it's not like New England totally outplayed Buffalo. They made more plays, but Buffalo had chances in that one.
And I still think that those are great points, but I still think that people were overlooking New England. They were going into their games against New England thinking New England's just like they were last year. Different team this year. Just shows you what coaching and a little more experience can do.
Well, Mike Vrabel, I mean, you saw what he did in Tennessee, and it was a silly situation, them letting him go. And again, he goes to New England. He's got a pedigree there, winning titles with Brady and Belichick. So it worked out really well. And that's probably the coach Drake May needed. So Drake May is the favorite to win the MVP. We'll see how that all unfolds. Really big game coming up on Sunday between the Bills and the Patriots inside of the AFC East. Now let's shift over college basketball. Just not a heavy schedule tonight, but still there's games on the board, so that means you got chances to win. It's time now for our college basketball hidden gem.
The find a diamond in the rough, you need to dig a little deeper for those hidden gems.
All right, Lee, we got the mining hat on for this one. Xavier taking on Missouri State. And Missouri State, their first year in Conference USA. Quanzo Martin, the former coach of Missouri and Cal and Tennessee. He's the coach at Missouri State now. And I do like Missouri State here, plus 18.5 against Xavier. Number one, this is the biggest underdog number for the Bears this season. The last game Missouri State played, they faced Tulsa. They lost 98-74, just getting 8 points. Earlier in the year, they played Texas Arlington, lost by 18, getting 3. Now you're getting 18.5 points. Now it's a much bigger situation here with the point spread. And also with Xavier, this is a tough spot for them. They just came off a big win over Cincinnati. Lee had Xavier last week on the show in that game, that last Friday night. So Xavier off that big crosstown shootout, whatever it's called, in Cincinnati. And next up, they start Big East play next week. So this is kind of like the let's get through this game. Let's not get injured. And we have a few days off, and we got to focus on Big East play, which is going to be a grind, as we all know. So I think laying this amount of points for Xavier is going to be a lot. And I think Missouri State, after a poor performance against Tulsa, now getting a lot of points here against the Big East team, I think they'll show up, play, hang within the number. Lee, we're going to take Missouri State plus 18.5 against Xavier as our college basketball hidden gem.
I don't like it. I love it, Kevin. That's actually going to be one of my plays for my service today. So the reason I also like it is you got to know about the mindset of Martin as a head coach. He's great as a mid-level head coach. At Texas, just a little above his pay grade, but he always wants to show out against the big boys, the teams coming from bigger conferences, where he can make a statement game. It's how he prepares his team. And trust me, he will have them prepared for this game. Great spot.
Yeah, and Richard Pitino, who is now at Xavier, came over from New Mexico. We know who his dad is. Coming up, they play Creighton. That's next Wednesday. That's a big game for Xavier. And, we hate to say you're overlooking someone. Missouri does have a couple wins over non-Division I teams, but at the same time, I think that they show up here and will stick within the number. You have Texas UConn also coming up tonight. Big game there. We'll see how UConn responds after their win over Florida a few nights ago. Lee's actually have a short on that. You can check that on our YouTube channel between Texas and UConn. So that's a big game there coming up tonight in Connecticut. And and next week we're going to get this thing going. We're going to be set with all of these conference games. So really looking forward to college basketball really getting this thing going with conference play coming up over the next few months. Coming up, we will take a look at UFC Fight Night. And Lee has been terrific with UFC since we've come back on the show, but he is excited for this one bout. So we're looking forward to that. That one's coming up in Vegas on Saturday. So we're going to go over that. That is coming up next. You are listening to Locked On Bets. Let's talk now about FanDuel. And with FanDuel, we know what time it is. It's NFL time, and it is time to get into the action now. NFL Sundays move fast. One big play, and suddenly everything feels different. That's what makes live betting with FanDuel so exciting. You're not just watching the game, you're reacting to it in real time. With FanDuel, you can place bets as the action unfolds, every drive, every momentum swing, every highlight moment. And what the cool thing is with live betting, you could jump in whenever you feel like it. You don't have to make a decision before kickoff. If you want to see how the game unfolds, you look at Falcons Buccaneers on Thursday night, how that one went back and forth. You had plenty of opportunities depending on which way you wanted to go. And you could have taken Atlanta with Tampa Bay leading, maybe get some value there, or the opposite with the Falcons leading in that game. You could take Tampa Bay. We know how that worked out where the Falcons won the game. But the point is there are so many opportunities. And then now moving forward into Sunday's action in the NFL, you could find some of those games. You talk about Bills Patriots as one of them that maybe you want to jump in after one team takes the lead. You want to go the other way with it. You can. You look at Josh Allen and Drake May, maybe play those passing yard props in game. You could do all of that at FanDuel. So many choices. So if you want to be right in the middle of the action this season, visit FanDuel.com and place your NFL live bets all season long. FanDuel, the game moves fast, and so can you. Locked On Bets continues here on a Friday. Kevin Rogers and Lee Sterling of Paramount Sports. And again, just to remind you, If you missed the first edition today, we released 2 editions of the show. If you missed the first one, the LA Bowl, Boise State and Washington, we go over that. NBA play with the Bulls and the Hornets, and also in the NFL, the Titans and the 49ers. So you want to check that out, go to our YouTube channel, Locked On Bets. UFC Fight Night coming up on Saturday from the Apex in Las Vegas. And it is time now, Lee, for our blowout special.
Oh, boy. Last one out, turn off the lights. This one's a blowout.
UFC Fight Night on Saturday, Lee. Nice card there. And what are you looking at for a blowout special?
Well, last card of the year, they take off 6 weeks. Always done that 5 or 6 week break. And I'm excited about this card. I love the UFC. Sometimes love the nicknames, but not in this fight. You've got Kevin El Chino Vallejos, and he's 24 years old, record of 16-1, up and comer. This is the co-main event in a featherweight fight, which is 145 pounds. He's fighting Giga Ninja, one of the worst nicknames I've heard in a long time, Chikadze, who's 15-5. He's 37 years old. Now, Chikadze, who's 6 foot, 74-inch reach, has fought some of the best fighters out there. He's a Georgian fighter, not from the state of Georgia, Georgian, and fights out of California. He lost 3 of the last 4 fights, and all were unanimous decisions. And he competed, but he was beaten up pretty good in most of these fights. Why are they making this the co-main event? I think they want to highlight and showcase this kid, Kevin Vallejos. Now, he's much smaller, 5'7", with a 68-inch reach, but he's done extremely well against taller fighters. In fact, a fighter almost the exact same height and reach. He fought Chi Sung Woo, and he's 6 foot, 74.5-inch reach. He knocked him out. So I think that it's a great matchup here. He's a better boxer, I believe Vallejos is. Chikadze might kick him for the first round, dominate the first half of the first round, but then I think the boxing and also his takedowns will take over. And not sure if he's going to win by a decision or a TKO or a submission. Just take him here. Minus 300, going to be a blowout. Like I said, complete showcase. This is a kid you're going to want to watch next couple years. They feel he has a chance to fight for the title. Kevin El Chino Vallejos here, minus 300, blowout special over Giga Ninja Chikadze.
All right, looking forward to that card coming up on Saturday, and a couple of college football games. Army-Navy, you could find Lee Short on that as he went over the Army-Navy matchup. You can find that on our YouTube channel on the shorts, Locked On Bets. Also, again, we talked about the LA Bowl. You want to get his pick, you can find that on our YouTube channel from our other show from Friday. And again, Lee, Paramount Sports, a lot going on heading into a big weekend and the end of the year in 2025.
Yep, we call it Double Down December, and you can get every single game from tonight in football, every college football game. We've got 2 weeks of, different college football playoff selections, and those start next week. Got the Army-Navy game. We got, obviously, the LA Bowl, the last one out. And on top of that, we're going to have 31 bowl games besides the playoffs, 31 to end the year in December. Got 3 weeks of NFL picks. We're on a big-time roll there. So you can get every single game. Use coupon code SAVE100, just $297 through December 31st. Works out to less than $100 a week. And the UFC selections, wow. We are ready to go for the last card. 7 selections for $57. And you want to hop on there? We're guaranteeing it. If we don't have a winning 50-unit max wager selection, next card is on me. Everything's up and available. Just one place, ParamountSports.com.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Locked On Bets, as well as finding the podcast version on Spotify or Apple. And you can find all our videos there. for Locked On Bets. We will talk to you again coming up on Monday. Best of luck with your bets this weekend. For Lee Sterling, I am Kevin Rogers. Thank you so much for tuning in to Locked On Bets right here on the Locked On Podcast Network.